Hey, this is Stephen Gulick. Today we're going to have a quick look at Reavers of Midgard. All right, we'll do a quick tour. Over here we have the Recruit Reavers action. That's where you're going to get your dice and your leaders and your specialists. Over here you have little lands that you can raid. You can subdue this territory by either fighting it or by providing it with the resources that it wants. Over here you got dice, you got little trumpet things, favor tokens, I believe, and food. Then you can also raid keeps, you can raid villages, you can battle at sea, and over here you trade with the villages, in which case it's a free action, it costs nothing, you just get stuff. So I don't really know how it's trading. Now on your turn, you're going to place your ship on one of the 6 action spots and then pay the cost if there is one, and then take the action. When you take this action, you're going to get to take 2 of these cards, any 2 that are linked, and then do whatever it is that they do. So this one, for instance, would plug in over here, giving me an extra slot to put a die and a special thing that I can do if I spend a die with that face on it. And also this one, which would give me 2 of these things. And then I have the option of taking that, and also one of these bad terror markers. Your decision on whether or not you want to do that. But then you get 2 more random cards because you were the first person to go there. 2 more artifacts that I can plug in here and here. Though you only have 4 slots total, you can get rid of these, discarding them to your discard pile, and at the end of the game they're still worth the points listed on them. So then after that you get more bonuses. So if you have anything plugged into that action on your player board, you get that stuff too. So I would also get 2 food. I would get to draw 2 more of these cards and pick one of them to keep. Might as well do that one since I've already got mostly a full ship of artifacts. And then you'd also get 2 of these cards and pick one of those to keep. So, you know, whatever set you need more, that would be the decision to make there. But you get a whole bunch of stuff is my point. And then the person that follows you, they can choose to take one of these, or they can rest. If they rest, they get 1 die from the supply on any face they want. That can be pretty handy, but it's not usually a great idea. The other option when you're resting is to just get 2 food. It's a good way to get food if you're really, really hard up for food, but that is definitely the weaker of any action that you're ever going to be able to take on the board. But it's there in case you want it. Now, the next person to go, the second player, would also get the bonus card. May have already said that, but then the next person, the third player, if they follow, they don't get any bonuses. They just get, you know, again, they have to pay this. They get 2 cards. At that point, it might not be worth it, or they might not be able to follow. And if you aren't able to follow, resting is really the only thing you can do. At which point, you know, hey, I got some free food. That's cool. Over here is where you raid your keeps and get things like art, armor, tapestries, various things that are going to be set collection bonuses at the end of the game. You'll get points based on how many of each thing you have. Now the tapestries, you want the different colors, so a red, a blue, and a yellow would be worth 15 points. If I just took this, it would be worth 4 points because I'd get 2 different ones. And you can have multiple sets of the same thing. So if you got 2 sets of all 3 tapestries, that would be 30 points. So they're great things to go for, but there aren't a whole bunch of them. So like, since there's already 2 blues out, I would see this and be, that's kind of risky because I might not see another blue come up anytime soon. And this one would not be very good because each one of these would only be worth 2. Art, on the other hand, you've got 2 of the 3 that you need to get to the highest bonus. So you only get 6 now, but you're probably going to get another art by the end of the game. And then there's armor, which there's only 1 of, but you can get up to 30 points for that one if you get the full set of the armor. So those are, you know, interesting choices to make depending on what you see other people have and what you already have. Other options are these little walls and things over here. There are various things that you can get the bonus on and then fight it if you have battle dice. And if you beat the 2, you need to roll one of these, or however many hammers you discard. You would be able to roll die for each one, and you're going to try to roll 2, which that's not a success. If I had rolled 1 on this die, that would be a failure, but that would be a success because I need 2. Over here we have the Subdue Territories action, where you're going to either fight it the same way you did the wall card by getting that result, or discarding whatever the other thing is on it. When you do, you flip it over and you get whatever that reward is. So this is going to be one of these yellow cards, and whatever it is, you get to go ahead and just do it immediately. Add it to your board. It's usually going to be like one of these tokens or artifacts, things like that. But you have a very handy little reference sheet here. It tells you what likelihood you have of getting each thing from each place. So you got two options. Everywhere that you go, every number, every color has two possibilities. So you're not going in blind, but you're also not really 100% sure what you're going to get. You just have a basic idea. Now in the battle at sea, what you're going to do after spending the food and getting whatever bonus is appropriate, you're going to flip one of these cards and hope you get lucky. In this case, you did get lucky. Nothing happens. But if you were to draw this one, then you would have to apply this effect. To discard one Reaver or two food. And if you can't discard it, then you actually don't lose anything. But if you get one of those, usually you're going to have what it loses or what it requires, and that's not going to be very helpful when you're taking on a giant monster like this guy. Because when you fight this guy for real, you're going to have to discard two boats, a hammer, a trust icon of the blue faction and the red faction. And when you fight this guy, what you got to do is discard one of each of these icons or fight it. Same way you do everything else, discarding hammers and then rolling successes on the little axe dice. But over here, this is quite a lot of stuff. It's actually easier to roll the dice and get successes. When you beat it, you get that many points, and you're going to get this bonus here on the left. In this case, it would just be a favor token. That one gives you card. This one would let you discard one of these purple terror markers that you really don't want to have. But they're all just varying difficulties. The more you spend, usually the more you get. Over here, you can recruit Reavers. And what you're going to do is take a stack, whichever one you like the best, considering which dice you're going to get from those, what their leader potentials are, say when you play it onto your player board. Let's just do that right there. If you decide to play it as a leader, you're going to place the leader there and get the bonus associated with the color. If you place it down here, you're going to get this bonus for the rest of the game every time that you do the associated action. And you also have the option to discard it for the two dice in the top right corner. Next up, we have the Trade with Villages. We can get, for nothing at all, we can get two of these, 3 food, any 2 of these dice. They stay on the face that they're on when you get them. Or one of these cards. These are in-game bonus point cards. So this one, for instance, we give you 1 point for every one of the purple type land tiles you have. This one's going to be 1 point for every sea battle you have. And this is going to be 1 point for every armor that you have. So if you get a whole bunch of those, that can give you a huge, huge pile of points by the end of the game. After all players have placed their longships and taken actions, the round marker is going to move. After the 6th round, the game is over. Tally up the many different types of points, and whoever has the most of them is the winner. That's all you need to know to play Reavers of Midgard. Thanks for watching.